Who would slap this vampire servant? Not only did he steal his master's child and 3 million, but he also sucked the blood of innocent children for a long time. When I found that human trafficker, I wanted to kill him, to crush his throat. I slammed Springer's head against the bricks of the alley. If he were breathing, he would be purple by now. I spent 15 years tracking him down, all the way to America. I had to live out of a suitcase while trying to figure out where he had gone. No servant to take care of my needs. For 15 years, I tracked my child, going dormant for so long, leaving my territory for so long. Now, I am homeless and reputationless. This damned human trafficker stole my child and cost me everything I had worked for. I could end his suffering right now if I wanted to, but I let him down. Springer dropped to his knees, gripping his throat. I glared at him with disdain. Well, where is it? I growled. I spent it all. I'm sorry, master. Please, don't kill me. He begged. He was only 100 years old. But he'd been trouble since before I brought him over. He wasn't my first choice for a child of mine, if not for the fact that his father had been a dear friend of mine. I wouldn't have. Jacob always regretted having me turn his son. So did I. He'd wanted his son to live, but life as a vampire wasn't the same as life as a human. It had taken decades for the boy's memory to come back, just in time for him to sit by his father's deathbed. What did you spend my money on, Springer? I hissed, stepping closer again. A house, cars, blood, clothes. They're all yours, well, except the blood. I don't think her parents will sell her, but I can tell you who to contact to feed on her, he offered eagerly. Parents? You fed from a child? I saw red. The words of the witch who had told me about the concealing spell rang in my head. He was hurting someone. He was hurting a child. That was my one rule when it came to feeding. Never feed from someone who isn't able to understand what they're offering. Not the mentally disabled. Not children. Not intoxicated people. Not the elderly. The punishment was death. It wasn't my fault. I said it as a joke and the mom just let me. I didn't know how to handle it when she took my joke seriously. Her mom insisted on triple the payment and let me have the girl, so I fed on her. He insisted. You tell her. You were only kidding and no one feeds on a child. What kind of parents would let that happen? Is her mother an addict? I asked, livid. No, super middle class average family. She was selling blood because they needed the money. Now, I think they do it so they can play more. How long have you been feeding on the girl? You implied it was more than once. 10 years. I usually see her once a month. Last time, her parents said, if I doubled my payment, they'd let me take it from the artery in her thigh. That's why I've been working as an enforcer. I needed the money. She's the best thing I've ever tasted. Master, I was addicted from the first drop. It's been hell these last couple months, trying to earn it, Springer whined. I snarled. How many others feed on her? They would all die, ending with Springer. Taking advantage of children made them monsters in fact instead of in name. I wouldn't let myself, my bloodline, or my people be tied to creatures who would do that. Silence is the broker. She'd know who else. She doesn't know that we book with the mom and feed on the kid. Silence just thinks the mom is popular because she's AB. It's harder to find here, Springer said, until I take care of this. You will stay in town. Spells won't work this time. If you run, I will tie you to a tree and let the sun take you. Do you understand? I said in a deadly tone. Yes, master. Take me to my house. I ordered and he led the way to his car, which was now mine as well.